So Esther is recently married. Woo! Esther was one of our first clients. How long before you was engaged, Esther? You met and he proposed after how long?
It was 5 months, right?
4 months.
4 months. Proposed after 4 months. Married in 8 months. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So I've been married for all of 13 days, you know. I can't
Woo!
believe it. It's gone really quickly.
Wow.
13 days. And
13.
it's been really good. I was just saying that it doesn't feel like initially I think women we tend to have this fear of, oh, once I start living with somebody, it's it would be like having a stranger in my space and it would be weird. And actually, no, I think because we're close, we're friends, we get along, it just felt like it feels really natural. Like it doesn't feel like who's this one? Why are you in my bed? type of situation. It's been really like just natural. Of course, there are little things in terms of how we do things that we're fine tuning, but nothing major really. It's been good. We had a great wedding. He's a fun person to be with, and that helps a lot. Even when I tend to be more of the melancholy type, and he brings out the sanguine. So it makes it, even when I'm sulking, it's kind of, it tries to bring the mood back up kind of thing. So it's been really good. I've enjoyed it so far. Yeah, it's fantastic. I'm happy. And I was 40 Sunday just gone. So I got married like a week or so just before I became 40, which is interesting. It's a great testimony in itself. So
How did you know he was the one? Oh, that's a good question.
he met so we started talking, we met on Hinge, and so he came in with hi. Normally, when men come in with hi, immediately I used to think, this person is not serious. Again, because they've not come in with hi, how are you? Or hi, Esther. He just went hi. So I went with hi, JKLMLOPQ.
I like that one.
Right? That's hilarious.
And that was it. So we just started talking. We didn't talk anything serious. We went off on hobbies. What movies do you like? Oh, I like this movie. Oh, I love that movie too. Oh, so from there we started to see that we kind of thought the same in certain things. We just started to have fun. I didn't go in straight away with, so what do you do? Where are you from? Da, 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 da. It just naturally came into conversation. But for me, his vision is wanting to do something with his life. What is done, the hard work is done in the past. The fact that he treated me well from the beginning. I prayed. It wasn't any thunder from heaven. It wasn't any, Esther, my daughter, this is your husband. None of that. But it was just, okay, Lord, these are the things that are really important to me, and I'm not shifting on these things. He's a Christian. He's committed in church. He can lead me. He can be a priest in our home. Is oftentimes I'm there sleeping and he's praying, he's like, okay, let's pray. He's doing, those are the things that were important to me. And those are some of the things that I saw along the line that we started dating. So that, for me, that was how I filtered it. And then some of the other secondary things that surround in terms of some of his people that I met, he met my people, he talked to Brother Charles. So I had, what would you call it? Not safety nets, but I had people around me that were able to vet with me. And that helped.
Wise counselors.
Wise counselors, exactly. And that's one of the things I've put on IG actually, to say that the people you have in your life will either speak life to you or they speak death into you. So you have to be careful who you have. And those are the people that also serve as protection in case there's something you don't see. And if all of you don't see something, well, you've done your homework. There's nothing else to do. What else are you going to do? So is all of that. It was all positive. Then his family was positive. My family was positive. I was expecting my mom even to say some things, but she was chilled. Again, when you have people in your life that are looking out for your best interest, it kind of all just works out.
Where were you before you even heard about Win at Love as it relates to dating and relationships?
My first dating relationship was when I was 26, so it was already late. And then from 30 onwards, it was just kind of like crickets, because either the men that I was interested in weren't interested in me for whatever reason, or the ones that were interested in me were not quite cutting the butter. It's like, no. So it was weird, and I would have a couple of dates, 3 dates per year. So that's like 10 years of not really much happening in terms of dating. I was at that point where I was like, okay, God, what is going on? I have a great career. I think I'm beautiful. I was well raised. I'm homely. So what is it? I'm a kind person. So what's going on? It was heartbreaking, because it got to the point where I remember vividly sitting down and just literally crying to God, like, God, what's up? What's going on out here? And because I didn't know what it was, and there was also that thing, I grew up in church, a lot of confusing information. Because you hear somebody say, oh, you need to, on the one hand, and people are saying, shoot your shot. On the other hand, some people are saying, no, you need to wait on God, walk in God's vineyard, just keep working, be at church. The number of church services I've missed, I can't, probably not many. So I am in church. I was in church. I was serving. I was doing things. But the church I was going to, there weren't that many people, many men that were, eligible bachelors. But then somebody else will say, oh, just go walk on the streets, go to the shopping mall, somebody will holler. And I'm like, ain't nobody hollering, what's going on here? So it's really almost a desperate situation, although I wasn't acting desperate. It was painful because, again, African background, you're almost 40. What are you doing with your life? And it was just like, okay, I don't know what else. I didn't know what else to do. And I didn't know what I was missing or what I wasn't doing. Before that as well, I was on a few dating apps. Oh my days, all the dating apps. I tried them, but nothing. Again, nothing. Or you get the weird men that show up really like in their maybe 40s, 50s. Oh, hi there, dear. And it's like, I don't think so. I don't want to be your dear. But there was just no good responses, even from dating. I think I know now that what I lacked was strategy, but I did not know any better.
What was your mindset originally in terms of how you were dating, and how did we help you, transform?
In terms of dating, I think I was doing a lot of waiting. I didn't coming into the program. I guess I didn't quite know what to expect in the broad sense of it. I knew, okay, you can help from what I've heard so far and what I've seen on Instagram, but I didn't quite know what that entailed. In terms, I would just wait. I would just walk around. If somebody say hi, I'll talk to them. Maybe I'll go on 1 or 2 dates, and then usually it's me going, nah, don't think so. What job do you do? You can't speak English? Nah, nah, nah. So, but then and then the other thing was, I think the other thing that really I had to clear out was I had a standard of a man that I was looking for up here. So I kind of had an idea of what that man looks like. But what I did not do or know is that I needed to level up. So I've had this idea of man that's like, okay, I didn't necessarily want 6 figures. I wasn't necessarily looking for 6'4". I'm only 5'3", so I'll be like this all day. But then I had that polished, well educated, cultured man idea in my mind, earning good money. But then I wasn't shabby, but I wasn't quite. That man would look at me and he won't just see me. So that's where the dissonance was I wasn't quite matching that level. And then the other thing is, if I was thinking about that man, a million other women are thinking about that man. And we know not many men are like that. Or at that point yet. Some are working towards it, but not many men are there. So I think that was the mind I was operating in. I will say hi to men. I will entertain them one date or two, but you'll be like, not quite. But the right man, I felt like I wasn't attracted, especially spiritually. There was a lot of not quite matching values that I was coming across. And then I started the program. And one of the first things was, first of all, what do you want? What are you looking for? Write down your vision. And normally, when you're thinking, oh, I want to date this man, you have this long list of things that you want in the man. I think I was pretty flexible with some things, but I didn't write them down and I did not prioritize them. I think that was a game changer, is having your non-negotiables, just 3 or 5 points, and then having things that maybe high preference. Yeah, that's another thing I learned. There is high preference, there's low preference. They were all just preferences for me. And if you don't have some of them, it's a no-go. But actually thinking, no, what are non-negotiables and what are my high preferences and what are my low preferences? That was that helped me with hobby now, actually, because I was able to say, okay, so what was I willing to let go of, or what was I willing to let go of now? Because there were certain things, there were some of my high preferences that I didn't meet, but my non-negotiables were there. So the question for me was I willing to let go for now of some of those high preferences, or do I want to just sit there like Eba and just, you know? So yeah, that was key. And then the other thing is leveling up my looks, leveling up the way I thought. Actually thinking, no, yes, it's been a long journey. I used to say I'm 10 years behind, but actually, is that a bad thing? Or is that, okay, so that's where you are. Let's take it from there. And not beat myself up over it, because that's another thing is melancholy. It's easy to just keep whooping yourself. I'm like, you should have done that. Why didn't you do that? You had that person. Why didn't you stick with that person? But actually, no, it's moved. It's gone. Let's go. Let that go. Let's move forward. So that was another thing that I had to do. Okay, so what do I need to change in the way I looked? And dating profile. Oh, don't be boring. Oh my goodness. That was, what can I say? That was because nobody teaches you these things. This is what, even speaking to hobby, we talk about this all the time. Is that women, you're not well positioned. Nobody teaches you
Speaking to
how
hubby,
to
that's what you said.
position.
Speaking to hubby. Wow. Okay. I
Yeah,
hear you.
yeah.
I heard it. Yeah.
So we don't nobody teaches us how to position ourselves, because he's had his own experiences where he's come across different women, but he was like, they weren't positioned. They want to be married, but they weren't positioned. But nobody teaches you. Nobody teaches you, to be fun. Nobody teaches you to banter, on dating apps or whatever. There, that was another game changer. Just banter.
Who knew that you were the banter queen? Who knew?
I knew it was buried like 6 feet under. But yeah, so that's another thing I learned, is actually relax. Don't go there going, so what do you do? How long have you been here? What's your life plan? Give me your history straight away. And this is I used to go, oh hi, how are you doing? What do you do? Not because I have any bad intention, but I didn't know any better. So I just go and of course, by the time you get to the fifth question, the man just goes, nah, you're boring. And he moves on. So yeah, so those things, bantering, looking after myself more, actually thinking, yes, I'm worth it. And yeah, knowing what I want, how to prioritize that list. Because we all just have a list of 30 things, but which one is important?
Continuing on, this is a question that I have for you, and this might actually coincide with the question I'm putting on. So she says, "Please, were you at any point scared or nervous, especially when it hit you that you were going to be married or going to be a wife? If you were, how did you handle that?"
Oh yeah, you better believe it. You better believe it. And I think my some of my fears came from my background in terms of the history of the women in the family. So with that, you start to think, "Ooh, I hope I'm not making a mistake," or "Oh, is this person going to treat me right? Is this person going to be like that person or that person or that person?" Yeah, so many. But I think a couple of things. One is he didn't quite unless I asked him, but he used to say whenever we have a conversation about this, he'd say, "I have my own fears too." In that it's not just us women who have our fears, the men have fears too. And if a man is willing to push past that to commit and give you his last name, I think it behooves us to have that boldness. The other thing I remember Jumoke kept saying that I had to trust God more than I trust my husband. So of course there's a level of trust you give to your man, to your husband. That's standard. You have to make sure it's not somebody that will choke you in your dreams. you know. And then there's another level of trust that you give to God, and that's the trust of my future. That's the trust of, okay, so I don't have all the resources I need at the moment. That's one. This person, I know them as much as I know them. So my husband and I got married within 8 months of meeting online, mind you. Naturally, you will feel fear. Naturally, well, this is 40 years of me living by myself. Like I said, I'm established. I've done a lot of things for myself. That fear of being comfortable, there's a level of comfortability which doesn't hit you until you're close to that point, and it's like, I'm about to give this up. No, that's what it feels like, but you're not really giving anything up in that sense. But I think having somebody like Jumoke who's gone ahead to say, look, you have to trust God. You can't know everything. There's a level of risk to marriage. Of course, you try to weed out as much of the risk as possible, calculated risk, but you still have to trust God. And I didn't understand it. Let me put it this. I didn't understand it, 6 months ago. But by the time I got closer to marriage, I understood. Oh, absolutely, I understood. It was like, okay, Jesus, I need you.
What made you decide to join Win at Love?
So I think I saw Jumoke a few times, talking about dating, the challenges women are facing, why maybe women are not moving forward. But what I noticed was that it was biblical. It was it was different to what I'd had before. Before you either have this really, like I said, extreme of people just saying you need to paint your lips red, you need to do this, you need to do that, or you have this other extreme that is like you need to pray more, pray and fast, da 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 da. But then she was balanced in her approach in terms of like, yeah, you're praying, but you also need to balance it with what are you doing to make men? Are you making yourself presentable? And I think what really got me was she was talking about why women end up in dating relationship for years and nothing ever happens, or the man never marries them. And she said, well, you need to have a risk management strategy. So that got me curious. Like, you say what now? Risk management strategy in dating, because normally in business, that's normal language in business, but not in dating. So I was like, let me listen to. So I started listening from there. And then I think there was a video that came up with Brother Charles that was like, okay, if you're struggling with these things, type help or something. I was like, okay. I like her. I like her strategy. I like what she's talking about. I like to know more. I just put help, and yeah, the rest is history. But I
Amen.
think for me, it was that it was balanced. It was different, and it made sense. It wasn't. Sometimes you hear some things and you're like, you just know that makes sense.
Hmm.
Yeah.
For those of you who are tuning in, this is Esther. She's one of our clients. She got married 13 days ago, so she's been married for 13 days. She just turned 40 on Sunday, and this is her testimony to encourage many of you ladies, let you know that not only is possible for you, but also we can help you.
Hello.
We can help you at Win the Love. We can help you. We'd love to help you. Esther just turned 40, so
We're not scamming.
yeah,
No.
Hard here.
we can help you. So, Esther, a couple of final remarks from you. How would you say your experience was in the program and you working with my wife and I?
Oh, I'll say definitely 100%. Very good. Very good. The benefits of the program is in being able to have a conversation with your coach. And I think that's what you guys provided. We were having weekly meetings, we're having accountability. So if we set an assignment this week, for example, make sure you're looking good, go glow up, fix your hair, do all of that. Next week you'll get asked the question, so Alpha, what have you been doing? Let's see the pictures, let's see what you're doing on dating apps. Let's see what those, that's another thing. You get pointers on your profile. You get feedback on that. So we weren't left at any point in lingo like, okay, here's your course, go sort yourselves out. No. It was like, okay, so week 1, this is the assignment, let's talk about it. Week 2, this is the assignment, let's talk about it. I love the fact that you guys are available. Like, I can send you a message and be like, oh, guys, this is hot, this is happening right now, we need to talk about this. And you're available to do that. You were generous with your time. There isn't anything I will ask, how do you phrase it, that would ask more of a coach and a mentor that you guys didn't provide. And also having the other women in the group as well, you can encourage yourselves, you can learn from somebody else's experience. Like, oh, actually I went through that. Oh, so that's how you dealt with it. So there are OGs in the group that we're now friends, and it's friends for life, because you guys, you build a bond as you're going through. And also it's not just, oh, your program is finished, get out type of situation. So my experience was very, very, very positive, or is very, very positive, in that, your availability. The program itself is just solid. It's just solid. I look at some of them like, that is common sense. Why didn't anybody tell me that in the all 40 years of my life? So just having, and the wisdom, the wisdom of, with the balance, yes, we're spiritual, yes, we're Christians, yes, there are spiritual aspects to this, but Bible also says, where's your faith if I can't see your works?
Boom. Boom.
What are you doing? you
Sit
know
there like Eba. That's what you're doing.
sitting there like, come on, we need to get up and do something. So that balance of wisdom, and reality, that's another thing. It can be easy for us to keep our heads in the clouds and be like you were saying before, oh, I deserve this. There are actually people on the internet that tell you that, like, you deserve a 6-foot man with a six-pack, with 6 figures. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong with aiming high, and nothing wrong with wanting the best. But I heard somebody else say, what kind of men have actually been approaching you?
Hello.
That's just saying. If we don't attract what we want, we attract who we are. That's another thing that kind of sets me free. That hurt, but I had to sit with it and be like, oof. So, Lord, what do we need to talk about? What is attracting this kind of men? Is it the way I carry myself? Is it the way I speak? Is it what is it? What is it? So there's a lot of work to be done on yourself to attract this person. I'm not saying it's not about value as a human being. Our
Yep.
value is perfect. We have perfect value, no dispute. How do we show that value? How do we demonstrate that value? And if you've grown up being hard, if you've grown up being tough, I don't call myself an independent woman anymore. Not because I'm not independent, but I'm a baby girl. I'm like,
Hello.
okay,
Hello. Baby
yes,
girl for life.
please,
Certified baby girl.
yes, please. I was made a woman for a reason. So I'm going to sit in that, not in a lazy or oh, I just want to be drinking chai tea, or what is it that people drink nowadays? No. But in my femininity, there is the power, and I'm not talking again. You can see I'm not necessarily what you class as a girly girl, but that doesn't mean I'm not feminine. Again, these are some of the things we confuse. It's not necessarily wearing pink and just floating on the cloud. It's how you speak. How do you speak to the man? What your attitude? I talked before about facial expression. Maybe a man will say, "Oh, hey sis," and we're like, "What do you want?" That's not feminine. That's not kind. That's not open. But working on those things. But the good news is we don't have to be perfect to meet the man of our dreams. We don't have to be at that point. It's all about having a good balance, having perspective, working on what you can work on. God will not come down and work on some things for me. So for me, that was the thing I needed to change in terms of when and how I address things that I don't like. And giving the man the space to express himself or defend himself. Like I said, if he then decide that that's a deal breaker for him or he can't handle that, that's fine. But I've not pushed him out. Be encouraged. Like I said, I'm 40 and I got married a week before I was 40. And the times I'd cried, the times I'd been like, oh God, what is going on? I feel hopeless. What is it? What am I missing? I think some of it is lessons, some of it is just growing. And one thing I've learned as well is if there's something that God is putting his finger on, sometimes you won't get what you want until you fix it or until you do that thing, whatever it is that you need to change. Again, is that thing of you want A, B, C, D, E, he wants X, Y, Z. Maybe you have X, you don't have Y and Z. And God decide, well, get Y and Z. But you're here going, no, but I want A, B, C, D. Well, when you're ready and you've got X, Y, Z, then that is it. Because you always remember that man is thinking as well, is looking at you going, do I want to give this person my last name? Do I want to like my husband, for example, he's over 40 as well. He's never been married, no kids, nothing. So there was something he was looking for that it didn't. It would say to you, I don't just want to give anybody my last name. So a lot of men think like that, like, are you quite it, or are you not it, or are you somebody I can just chat to for a bit, and until you're his dream girl, like we say, it doesn't make the move. Don't give up. Get help. Keep going. The worst thing, the only time you fail is when you give up. If you know that that's what you want, you keep. We don't stop. We move until we get it. We move until we get it, and while we're moving, we're not waiting. Oh, that was the thing. Wait on the Lord. You have to keep waiting. Like, God, Jesus have been waiting. Come on. How long are we gonna wait for? I mean, in the terms of waiting on God in prayer and things, yeah, but just waiting? No. Wait. You do the work that you have to do. You go out, and also don't forget to enjoy your life while you're waiting, because it's that happiness that man will see, and that's what will attract him as well. You need to learn to enjoy your life. I know it can be hard when you're single. It can be like, oh, especially when couples are everywhere. Oh God, or another Valentine's Day. It's like, dear Lord. But do whatever makes you happy. Buy yourself flowers. Go do hobbies. Go to networking event. Talk to people. Just you'll be amazed the type of people that are out there. If you just talk to anybody, just say hi, add value to people. If there are things you've wanted to do to contribute to society, start doing it. Because remember, you're still living. Your time is still going while you're waiting. So you want to make the most of that time, but also definitely work on yourself, character, work on your beauty, your presentation, communication skills, those things, and get help. That's
Hmm.
all I can say.
Amen.
Get help you need.